Right then, Ray, well, we're out with you today. We've just had a look round. I've got to be honest, it's a very cool place you got here.
Thank you.
So just tell us, what exactly is it you do? I mean, we know you still farm, but you've sort of let the public round as well. So come on, tell us, what is it you do?
Well, cut me through. Back generations, we've always been farmers. My granddad started in Cheshire, then moved to Penkridge. Then my father started farming at Hallerton, which we still farm part of that with my brother. The main farm, we came here in 1982. So this is farmed as my family. Son Richard, who I'm afraid is not here today, but unless he joins us later, we're still a family business.
Right.
We farm about 650 acres. Most of it we own. We do a little farm sharing business, 128 acres at Stone. And then we started opening the farm up about 12 years ago. Little woodland area. We did a maze, a Christmas grotto. Building that up till 2017, we thought we'd go mad and go inside, convert a lot of buildings. And in January 19, we started to build. COVID came along, but that wasn't a bad thing for us because they could carry on building and it allowed us to get 99% of the play area finished. And then we built up outside. We get good days, we can get 1,000 people a day. Many holidays, of course, but we are open all the year round, except school holidays. We close Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Right. And you're a Massey man through and through.
Oh, well.
Are you, Ray?
Well,
it looks like it anyway.
My first new tractor was a Massey 165 with a Lamborn cab and a hand windscreen wiper, air conditioning through the floor. But my first new tractor, first tractor I ever drove, and I have got one, is a Nuffield Universal.
I was going to say that there's a bit of orange hiding away in the back.
Orange hiding at the back, which you'll perhaps see. And I saw one for sale, so I bought it. It's quite funny. We do pumpkins. We had about 20,000 people pumpkin picking. So last year, Richard took it down. I wonder where it had gone. Richard took it down the field, and the kids were sitting on it, holding their orange pumpkins. So it all gets used. There's 3 TEs round the back, but that's more come of a collection as a fad. Right. But the first new tractor was a Massey 165 in 1965.
And you've been Massey since then?
Yeah.
Well, you still run Massey today.
Oh, yeah.
One of the main reasons we've come today is we've come to see your purple one there.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about that. What's the story behind that?
Well, Queens Jubilee, Massey Ferguson and Kane Oakley got together. They wanted the purple tractor with all the logos on, and then they took it all around the country, Land's End to John O'Groats. And then I didn't know, but I was 70 last year, and it was 70 years of Queen's Jubilee. Main colours of our play barn are purple. I went to Ollie Harrison's tractor run last Christmas, thought we were just going to see it. Got up there, the tractor was up there. After the event, I went back to Ollie and thanked him for putting this event on because he collects £70,000 to £100,000 for Alderley Hospital. And Ollie said, first thing he said to me, "How do you like your new tractor?" I said, "No, it's not ours, it's Massey Ferguson." He says, "No, apparently it's yours." So
I bet that comes a bit of a surprise. So what's he doing with it today?
He's muck spreading.
Oh, he's muck spreading today.
Yeah, somebody said we should put it away in a shed for 20 years. It might go up in value. But no, it won't do a lot of hours. But if you need a tractor, it's the one that gets used as much as anything else on the farm.
Right. So what are the machines you're running today?
We've got a 6290, 6480 and a 7620, I think it is, a VT. We've got 2 vacuum tankers. The 8S has got front linkage. Right. So if we're drilling, we've got 2 Claydon drills, the trailed one and the mounted one. And the mounted one, if we have to put a weight on the front or anything, so that would have to be the 8S. That was traded in for a 6490, which had a front linkage. So.
And so, do you like the 8S? Good tractor?
When I get a chance to get on it, but it's the workhorse. I mean, I'm the gopher now. I'm not the farmer, but it's as I say, Lamborn cab, hand windscreen wiper. Now, if the radio doesn't work, they moan, you know. So
So tell us a bit about your collection, because I mean you've got all sorts of gems in here.
You've
got a couple of old combines. You've got a 1500 behind you.
Yeah. Apparently, it's the only 1500 in the UK.
Wow.
I did last year wanted to buy a 1200. I've never had one, never driven one, and anyway, I ended up with a 1500 because I couldn't afford a 1200. Oh, 1220 is at the bottom were. I did see one last year I really fancied, done up, but it made 72,000 quid, so...
wow, yeah.
But...
That's steep.
That's it. And say, as you know, I was born in 1952. The first tractor I keep is the Nuffield. Yeah. The next tractor was there was the 165. We've had all different sizes, 135s. A lot of these tractors, none of these tractors were ever our own. It just happened, it's only 12, 18 months ago that I decided to start putting something together. The 590 was my partner's, they'd set up a trust to mow the sports pitches down in Penkridge, and we ended up with that. I always fancied the 165, so I went to farm sale and the 165 at the back, I bought that one first. Then this one came up for sale. This was, well, I thought it was very cheap, so I bought that. The 1080 behind you and the 175 came out of Cheffins.
That's again completely different, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen one of those, to be honest.
I thought at the time they were very, very cheap, and as look at it, I will say I give £4,000 for the 1080, and if it hadn't to work, and that's as it is, I'm sure he'll show you a picture of it in a bit.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about the combines.
So the combines, there is a Massey Harris 535, I think it's called, no, or 735. I'm not certain on the number. I just fancied that one day. That I've had for a long while. Didn't take a lot of space up. Just for people to see. Because a bagger, a lot of people, you know, not a tanker. 2 men had to be on there at least and go and pick the bags up at the end of the day. That was when work was work. This is actually a 415, but my first new combine I had was a 400, which was the same combine design as this. Air conditioned again, no radio, but yeah, trailer comes up the side, takes the grain away, no picking bags up at the end of the day.
Yeah, so a bit different to the combine you run today then.
But now we've got a Delta, it's 30-foot cut, a bit over the top, but again, we open that to the public, we take that to the shows, and also special events we have on the farm, people can go and sit in it.
So tractors isn't the only thing here, Ray. You've still got a bit of stock around, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, once upon a time, we were a cattle finisher. We did have a small suckler herd, but basically it'd be 400 cattle on the farm all the time. We're down now to 60, 70 cattle. It's based on a suckler herd, based on all different shapes and sizes, because Joe's public like to say, what's this and what's that? It's a breeds. The family farm, we had sheep in the 70s. Now we've got about 100 ewes of all different breeds, again, for people to look at. Since February to now, I think we've still got about another 15, 20 sheep to lamb, but we run a lambing event from February, and just people love coming seeing baby lambs. The funny one is, I think it is, we planted a few Christmas trees 12 months ago, just over, and I planted them a bit close, and I couldn't get my mower through the middle. So somebody said, try some Shropshire sheep, because they don't eat trees. And so I bought 6 shoes and a tub. Yeah. And yes, the only funny thing, but they didn't. Somebody said, just be careful, because at the end, if there's no grass left, they will eat anything. But
The trees survived.
But the trees, they eat the grass and save me a lot of work.
Yeah.
So different breeds. I think there's 60 breeds of sheep at least in the UK. And but Joe Public, what's this? What's that?
Yeah.
And baby lambs, just people just love.
So
and baby calves.
Yeah. So really, you've adapted your ways slightly.
Yeah.
And it's working for
We
you.
farm people.
Yeah.
I mean, on the farm, if you want me to, we've got a paintball site, clay pigeon shoot, model aeroplanes, pellet gun club. In the autumn, we do pumpkins. We have between 19,000 and 20,000 people pumpkin picking. But the carrot people and the potato people plant us a few potatoes but in the pumpkin field, and we do pumpkin picking, potato picking and carrot picking as well. And it's quite funny because children, when the potatoes come under the ground, they're shocked, so they think they come out of a supermarket. But then we get the grandparents reminisce when they used to pick potatoes into a sack.
Well, it's certainly an interesting place you got here, Ray. Cheers for letting us have a look round, and thank you very much for letting us come and have a look at the purple, purple machine.
Yeah.
And we'll let you crack on and do a bit more now, and I'm sure we'll come out and see you again at some point.
Yeah, more than welcome.
Cheers, Ray.
Thank you.